Happy New Year, everybody. It's 2018. This is Ken Marsh the 4th. And in this video, we're going to talk about the Euro USD among three other pairs. So we're going to talk about four today. So get excited. Some really good information here for you. Read this risk disclaimer if you need to, pause it, and we'll see you in just a minute. What's going on, everybody? This is 2018, and I wanted to go ahead and share with you my first winning trade of the month. It's currently the 11th. I have 4 trades closed this month, 2 wins, 2 losses. I don't remember what percentage I'm up, but I am up for the month. That's the beauty of having a larger win percentage than your losing percentage. Risk to reward is key. All right, so I'm going to focus on the Euro USD trade that I took. This trade, the reason why I wanted to use this trade is just a perfect example of the 9 EMA strategy, and it's exactly what I talk about. It's the, I guess you could say, signature perfect example. So I wanted to go over this with you. First, we're going to stay on the daily. As you can see here, we are in an uptrend, of course. And coming into last week, this white line shows the in between Friday and Monday's trading here. So let me show you that last week we were pretty much sideways, which is understandable because it was NFP week, and also we had New Year's Day on Monday, so it's just a lot of accumulation and just not really any major liquidity, so the market just went up and down everywhere. But as we come into the end of the week, the market started pulling back, and when we pulled back here, we were still bearish because we were breaking swing highs and swing lows, and we haven't broken a swing. We're breaking swing highs, but we haven't broke any swing lows. Plus, if you followed my 9 EMA strategy in any way, you can also tell that we are in an uptrend because we have the 9 EMA over the 18 EMA. So that's kind of a nice little extra confluence for us. So that's pretty much all you got to look at on the daily. We're going to go down to the 1 hour at this point. And here's that line delineating the difference between Friday and Monday's trading. And as you can see, we had a nice sharp move down Monday and Tuesday. And as I've told you in my strategy that I'm looking for the low to be formed if I'm bullish, I'm looking for the low to form usually Tuesday, either during the London session or the US session, which it kind of just did that on both sessions, really. Mainly in the US session, it's just up and down, up and down, up and down. Once we formed, we started making moves over swing highs. So let me zoom in here so we can get a good look here. So we broke out of this accumulation area. We broke this swing high here and out of the range. We came back, retested the range. But at this point, we're not going to trade this, especially per the rules that it has to be during a major session. So this pullback here was just more accumulation to get more orders in the market. This is probably Asian traders putting orders in the market. They do push it up, and then, of course, right in the middle of the Asian session, they pull it right back down into the range again. And once we do that, right when London or Frankfurt opens, we make the low between 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning. And let me see if we can zoom a little more so you can see it a little bit better. So I'm going to take the low. So this is where your Fibonacci is going to come in on this strategy. We're going to take the fib, and really either one of these lows is fine, but this is the lowest low here. This is during the London session here from the previous day. This was the actual low of the week. And we're going to draw it out. we can get it to do it right here. Okay, we can zoom in more. Whoops. This is going to happen every video, I think. There we go. Okay, we're going to make it a little bit bigger as well. We'll talk about this here in a minute as well. I'm going to really want to go into a lot of detail here with the Euro USD. This is my main pair. I look to try to trade this pair every week. So I like to talk about it. You'll notice if you watch all my videos that a lot of times I talk about the Euro USD. But we got that nice pullback on Tuesday. We had the low of the week form of the weekly candle. So what we're anticipating is the weekly candle. If you look at this candle, for example, this is the week. We're going to get, or here, we'll look at it. Pretend like this is the weekly candle. We're going to get a pullback, then we're going to get a move higher if we're anticipating a bullish move. So that's kind of what this is. This is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that move lower, and then we're going to start looking for structure break higher to enter in the trade, to catch the trade for the week or just for a nice day trade. I decided to take a nice day trade because it is the beginning of the year, and it's still a little sketchy for me what's going on in the markets. But we did draw our fib out to this from here to here. This is the high that happened during the Asian session. It pulls back during the Frankfurt between 1 and 2 a.m. Central Time. It pulls back right into my zone between the 62% and the 79% level that I like to use. And just a touch, I don't trade anywhere else but in this red zone. So we get in there, we enter in the trade, and we hold this trade to the 200% level, which is 2 times the distance between this point and this swing point, giving you a 200% level, which is also just above these highs here. So you could target these highs or you could target the 200%. As you can see, I targeted the 200% level because I anticipated a pretty strong move up because we did move so far down. We got a nice move here. I won this trade in just a few hours while I was sleeping. So I didn't even get to move my stops or anything. It was just boom, took me out right here. And it, as usual, I've spoke about this a couple of videos back. What I look for, actually, see, we took out this little high here and this high. So we took out that. And yep, we took out all these highs here. And right when we spiked up here, faked out, came back down. So as I spoke about in past videos, when we take out swing highs, especially pretty important swing highs, we're going to usually get a pullback of some kind after that. And we got a really strong pullback here. Really strong pullback. But when you see these pullbacks, it's really strong. But right when it comes into the support area here, you see that we have rejection, a lot of sideways moving. We get a little bit of a move back down in there, the test again, probably to get some orders in. Comes up here, and they're still looking for liquidity, so they bring it down. They take this low out. We come down here, and we come into the order block once again. This area here was touched again, almost touched anyway, but it's close enough to get enough liquidity to really accumulate some money to get the rest of their money into the market. So whoever did this, whatever company or companies or banks that put all this money in here, they let the market come right back down, and then they put the rest of their orders in, and it exploded. So again, we are going to think like a bank, like the big money. We're not going to think like retail traders. We're not going to trade movement. When we enter the trades, we want to enter the trades with a good price so that we can get a nice risk to reward. Now, I am going to tell you, I did not get to enter here. I entered a little bit higher, which I'm totally fine with that. I don't really care so much. I mean, I do to a point, but as long as I'm only risking the percentage I'm planning to risk, I'm okay to take it a little bit higher as long as it already entered in the area. It already entered in the area. I missed a little bit of it, but I entered somewhere in here. I can't remember. I waited for another pullback, but I usually like to buy when the market is moving down if I'm buying, because I'm going to trade like a bank. or an institution, I'm going to be putting my money in when the market is coming down into the area, not when it's moving up. So when this moved up, I waited for it to pull back, then I entered in so I can get a little bit better price. I don't remember what. I'll show you here in just a minute. I don't remember, but I didn't get the best price I wanted to get, but it's okay. I knew what was going to happen, and it was before this move. So when I entered in this trade, I pretty much went to sleep and let it run, and I had a nice little win. Not a huge win because this is the beginning of the year. I'm just trying to get my feet wet and get back into the swing of the market. So I think I only traded at 0.5% here. I don't remember. I'll show you here in a minute, but I think it was a 0.5%. This is my personal account that I've been growing for 2 years. So I don't have millions of dollars in this account. This isn't our fund. This is just my personal account. So when I'm trading, 0.5%, I'm only trading like $2 or $1 something per pip. Yeah, I'm still trying to grow this account. This account is just for basically a retirement account for me later down the road. I started it with $50, added a little bit more here and there, and then I've just built it ever since then. But that's besides the point. The main thing here is you see this accumulation. We're keep coming back into the order block, just accumulating orders. When this happens, you're going to expect a pretty big move to come out once all the sell orders are finally finished. The buys are just going to skyrocket. So that stack of orders kicked in, and then once they came up here, they started taking some profit off. And then once it got into this area, it basically they took all their profit, and now the market's just running, doing its thing during the dead time. Asian kicks in, and we get some more trading, and then that's when they come down here, get the liquidity, and then they move the market much higher and taking out this high and coming up into these highs. I don't know if it took them out. Yep, took that out just barely, and then now they're taking profits again. Market's slowing down, so we're going to be looking for another move. I'm not sure if it's going to happen this week. We're probably just going to get some accumulation this week and sideways action until next week. We're going to get a pullback probably deeper in past this area, and then we're going to get another opportunity to buy after that. It just depends on what they're doing. That's kind of what I'm looking for. We get a nice move here. So we're pretty much dead even. This basically looks like a big fake out on the weekly. Here, I'll show you. Let's go to the weekly. Let me clear all this out. Okay, so you can see the candle pulls all the way down here, comes right into the 9 moving average, and then goes all the way back up to exactly where it was at this point where the market opened on Monday or Sunday. And now I'll probably expect this to just be like this, maybe down lower, maybe a little higher. It could go higher, but I'm anticipating them to take out this high here. We pretty much are dead even here. If it doesn't take this high out, you definitely expect another pullback at the end of this week and into Monday, and then we're going to see a move to go take this high out. That's what I am expecting right now because I am bullish. If I was bearish, then I would be looking for it to come down and take this low out, but I'm definitely bullish here, not bearish. So that's what I'm looking for. Go to the daily. So yeah, we're going to be looking for the market to take these highs out here, and we're either going to try to attempt to do that next week. We might just continue through. We might pull back. It just totally depends. At this point, we've got what we can out of the market with high probability. At this point, it's a crapshoot. We're going to wait and see. Let the market tell us what's going to happen. Then we're going to make our move next week on Euro USD. I did have a nice trade win on AUD NZD. I guess I can bring this up really quick. I already marked it off. This is, of course, showing the difference between Friday and Sunday. And I was selling, of course, on AUD NZD. So, of course, we're moving down. We're coming into this I was anticipating the market to come down and take these lows out. Looks like it's going to either try to do it this week or pull back and do it just like Euro USD. We're going to go to the 1 hour here. I'm going to show you my trade. Of course, here's Monday, and we were already going lower. And if it just goes straight away now, AUD NZD, of course, it's going to be heavily traded during the Asian session more than likely. So as you can really tell here, start of the Asian session or really the Aussie session just goes straight down. Pulls up here in the Asian session and pulls on, just continues through during London and then into the US session. Pulls all the way up, Asian session, drops down here, moves back up, Asian session comes down. So obviously you can see that the market is not random. It is moved and controlled, and all we want to do is think like them and enter into the trades into the right direction. That's high probability trading. So we get a nice move down here. We get a pullback here. You can enter here. Actually entered here. And I can show you some shots of this here in a minute, as long as it lets me. But gonna have to go way over here. Okay, so we get a nice pullback. See, the reason why I was able to enter this on Tuesday is, again, this was actually the high of the week, but when it comes down and just breaks past the Friday's low, and you can expect a nice pullback, again, right into my zone between the 62 and the 79. I entered this trade, and I let this run out. Of course, it didn't make it to the 200 yet. It's still got a little ways before it makes it there, but that's not what I was looking at for this trade. Oops. See, I did it again. I don't know why I do that, but I do. Get rid of that. So let me show you here. Zoom it in. I think I was looking to take profit here. Or no, I had profit shot down here. Let me see. Let's go back to the 4 hour and see what I was looking for. What was my target? My targets were these lows here, right in here, right? Yep, yeah, right here. This was my target low here. It was this low plus the spread. And I missed it by 2 pips, and I'll show you that here in just a minute, or I should be able to show you that. And then it pulls all the way back. So I go back to the 1 hour. You got to love trading. It pulls all the way back again, and you could have got another re-entry here and took profit here. Now remember, if I am taking multiple profit targets, I would take profit here and target profit here. But in this case, since it was such a low, I think it might have been even lower than 0.5%. I went ahead and just let them run, just to feel out the market and see what was going on. But it came all the way back up here because I got a little bit worried. So when it came down back into this order block area, I went ahead and took profit. So I had a small amount of profit on this one. Of course, wouldn't have got much more anyway. So I don't mind taking a little, most of the profit out. I don't have to go for the home runs all the time. I still got a nice trade out of this, so I can't complain. As you can see, they came up, shot it right above, took out the sell or the buy stops and sell orders, all that stuff out of this high, and they pushed it back lower again. So again, market manipulation at its finest. They come up, take this high out, tricks everybody into thinking maybe it go higher or that it's in a range, and now it comes down and it just takes out this low here, and we're probably going to get some accumulation and maybe some slow movement down. But that's pretty much all we have here on AUD NZD. Those were 2 nice trades I had. I had a loss on NZD CAD. That loss was very upsetting because I just got faked out, and that happens. I don't even know if I can find where it was. I was buying. I think it was last week. I can't remember where it was. Couldn't even tell you where it was. But anyways, I was buying. This was last week sometime. So I was buying, the market came, oh, it was right here. I was using my 9 EMA strategy. And let me clear this out. And I bought on the crossover here. And hold on. All right, sorry about that little pause. My wife called and I have to answer when she calls. But anywho, okay, so I was using my 9 EMA trading strategy here. I was bullish on this, and I'm not going to go all into showing you. I mean, you know, I'm pretty much how I look for what direction. I was bullish. We had a structure break here on the 3rd, and when we did, we got that move up. I waited for the pullback and entered in this market, and I held this. It was looking really good. We took these highs out, so I was, you know, I normally would take profit, but I thought it's just going to go much higher because I was looking at the daily. Well, of course, gambling doesn't always pay off. Market pulls, they just shoot it down here, take out these lows, takes me out of the market, then it moves up all the way up here, and I would have hit my target. I believe would have hit my target because this was my target up here. So as you can see, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. That's just the way it is. If I would have had I wouldn't have had such a tight stop loss, then which I wrote this down because I wanted to note it. If I'm shooting for a higher target, I really like, this should have been my target here. At least take off profit here. I didn't do it. Of course, I didn't have a lot of money invested in this. It was only a 0.5%. But I should have taken profit here, partial profits, and moved my stop to break even. So I ended up actually taking a full loss here. So that's a lesson to you. Just the markets are going to do what they're going to do, and you can't fight it. And I should have took some profit off here. At least if I would have hit break even, I could have looked for another re-entry here. I could have re-entered in this area. Of course, I could have re-entered using my 9 EMA average or trading here. We would take it here because this is the Frankfurt open. No, this is still Asian session, so it doesn't matter. We could take it here. I would take it here because this was the move that made the break here. So you would take it from here. See if it'll let me do it. Okay. Comes right in, right here during the Asian session, and bam, you would hit your 200 here if you wanted to take that trade. So this is all hypothetical at this point. Or, of course, I could have just targeted where I was originally going to target in the first place. So you can see some multiple ideas, and it's just little bitty things. A lot of the times when I do lose, I'm right in the direction, and I just get taken out like that, or I get a little bit greedy. I am human. I'm not perfect. So sometimes that greed will get you. I mean, this could have made a huge difference in my win percentage for the month. So, that loss was pretty bad. I don't even remember what my other loss was. Let me look here. Let's look really quickly. Give me a second. So I had a win in AUD NZD. I had a win in Euro USD. Loss in NZD CAD. And Pound CAD. I had a small loss on Pound CAD, but I did take a little bit of profit off that. That one was just a little fill me out trade. I don't even remember what it was, but it was a very similar thing that happened. But in this trade, I was looking to let me see if I was looking to buy this. I look at the market so much that oh no, I was selling this one. Yeah, I remember. Okay, so I was selling this one. I was trying to catch this move. A move like this was the beginning of the year, and I can't remember. Oh yeah. So I took a crossover trade right here, entered in the market, put the stop here. Just takes me out, then shoots down. I was so pissed off. I remember that. Oh man, I would have easily made a nice win off this in just a few hours. But that's the way it is. Usually when I lose, this is why. Just these little fake outs. I mean, I really should have put my stop here. I really should have entered it here on my normal strategy. But I use the 9 EMA strategy mostly. Would have had an entry here, and I would have been totally safe. Even here, if I'd have missed this, would have been here. Whoops. See, I did it again. Even if I had adjusted this, I still would have had an entry here. So, things happen. It's the way it is. It's trading. I'm not going to win every time. I don't expect to win every time. I expect to lose, actually, most of the time. That's my expectancy, and I like to be surprised when I do win. That's just the way I am. I don't want to get myself all ramped up thinking I'm going to win trades, and I get overzealous and ambitious, and I start taking dumb trades. So I keep to my rules mostly, especially with my entries and my stop losses. Just this happens. I mean, it's the way it is. I should have entered here. I missed it. So I entered here on a 9 EMA break, expecting the market to move lower. I really didn't expect to pull back in the U.S. session and come up here and take the stop out. I really expected just to continue down because we did get the structure break here. So I expected this to be the pullback. And so I said, well, you know what? It's okay. I missed it, but I don't think it's going to come back higher. That's how I was thinking. That's how I have it written in my notes right here. And boom, shoots down. Easy win. And that's just the way it is. But at least you can see that whenever I do take trades, if you're right, if you get it right and you use my strategy correctly, you're going to get these moves most of the time. I'd say 70 to 75% of the time, that's what's going to happen, and you're done with the trade. Especially if you're targeting swing lows. That's just what's going to happen. I mean, it blew right past the swing low here and just plummeted down. Let me see what else. So they could have been targeting there. Yep, there's your swing low. It targeted right here. And that was my target. I remember that was my target. On my 9 EMA strategy, I target swing lows and swing highs for my final target. So that was what I was looking at. I mean, happens. You lose. Oh no, here it is. Sorry. No, this is would have been that's what we would have been looking at. Here it is right here. And it looks like, man, that was just a free-for-all. Just dropped. So, yep. Just a nice little move. Boom. Probably would have just targeted here. That's probably where I did target. Most likely, just for a nice quick little trade. Because it doesn't matter how many pips you make. It's all about the percentage. So if you're risking, 30 pips and you're risking 1% or 2%, then it's going to equal to whatever amount of money that you're trying to risk. So it doesn't matter how many pips you win or lose. It's the percentage. So you can win 30 pips for the week and make good money. You can win 100 or 200, but you're going to have bigger risks. So you're going to win the same amount of money. It's just going to take longer. If that makes sense. So, well, that's pretty much that. Was just going to talk about Euro USD, and look at that. We ended up with 4 pairs. I wanted to show you guys losses. I mean, I've told you guys that I do take losses, but again, I have 2 losses this year and 2 wins this year. I am still up. That's the way you need to be. You can be 50% win-loss and still make money. I'm up by, I think, 2% this month so far, close to 2%. No, not close. About 1.5% right now. It doesn't sound like a lot, but it's only the 11th. I can take 1 really good trade or 2 good trades and no loss, and then I'm up, 3-4%. So this is my wealth, my retirement fund or not fund, but account. So I'm not trying to make $1 million in a year. I'm trying to make millions over time. So I'm okay with small percentages. I'm trying to win over 10% a month. Sometimes I get 20% a month, 30%, but I also take a loss for a month. so I don't win every month. I want you guys to realize you can't win every time. If you're trading, you know, if someone tells you they're winning every day, I would be very, very leery of that and watch them and watch how long they last. I've learned over the times that I've been trading that you're not going to win every month. I think last year I had 3 losing months, but that's very, very good. I still ended up, I think, at 86% for the year last year. Is where I was at. So, you know, if you take that, I didn't double my money for the year, but that's okay. Now, the year before, I had a killer year. So I don't even know. I mean, we're talking huge. I had 1 month where I was over 100%. I think my first couple of months, I was over. Now, this was because I was kind of still new and I was over leveraging, but I still did well. I learned my lesson quick on that, but I was over 300%. 350%. So I mean, I was over. I think I was 15 or 1600% the first year. But now I've since changed my whole idea of how I want to trade for this, and especially now that I have other avenues or other ways to use the skills that I've learned. You know, with the hedge fund and also just this is, you know, I have other ventures like IML or Imarketslive. You have other ways to make money, so I don't have to focus on. You know, when I first started, I was like, "Oh, I got to make a bunch of money right now," and I'm sure everyone's like that when they first start. But anyways, I can go ranting and talking forever. So, real quick, before I go, I'm going to show you. This is Trade with Trading IQ. It's my Facebook page, and I wanted to show you here so that you see that these aren't just. I just didn't pick these trades and, you know, or showing you examples. I'm sure a lot of people think that when they see my videos. But right here, this was a post that I made on, it was yesterday at 8:59 a.m. You can actually see here that I made $90 or $79. Here, let me click into it. This was the Euro USD buy. Made 79.20 on that trade. My stop losses, take profits right there. And here's the setup. Let's see, I told you I entered a little late. I did give myself some room on the stop loss because I learned my lesson a little bit and I gave myself some space. But look, target just above here, and I did end up winning this trade. 1979, right in that area. I think it was 1980 or 1979.9, or I can't remember. Let me see, it's on here. 1979.9. Okay, so we see that. Here is, what is this? Let me see. I don't know. Why is it not showing the whole picture? I think it's just showing all my shots. I don't know. Anyways, you see that. We go back here, go to Euro, get to 1 hour. $1979 is right in this area right here. As you see, easy win. Taking that to the house, $79.20. Again, I'm not trading anybody's money. It's my money. It's only a few $100s account when I put in all the money, and I've grown this account quite a bit. So, you know, that's just the way it is, and that's what we're going to do, and that's what I hope that you're going to do. That's pretty much it for this video. Once again, I am with Imarketslive. I educate my group, and I am a leader with Imarketslive. So if you guys want to learn how to trade besides just what I'm teaching you here with this YouTube channel, you guys can check out my first video talking about my story and about the products. And if you like what you see, you can direct message me, or you can just go ahead and click the link in the description. And you can sign up. It'll let me know that that you did sign up, and then you will automatically be in my trading group, and I will give you education. I will help you set up everything. I will help you trade and help you make some money. I just freed myself up a lot more on time, so I'm able to I am now able to be more hands-on with everyone in my group. So if that excites you and you like to have a mentor, then I will be that mentor for you if you join Imarketslive. When it comes to this, you can send me messages. I'll help you out as much as I can, but I really need to focus on the people that I actually make money with. You can't hate me for trying to make a little money, because ultimately I want time freedom, and that's what I'm looking for, and that's what you should want as well. You want to have time with your family, and for you to do whatever you like. And I got to make some money, so the Imarketslive group is going to get my attention. The fund that I work for is going to get my attention. So they're going to get my 100% attention. You guys, if you're just getting education through YouTube here, I will help you out. Just ask me questions, but I can't do one-on-one Skypes or Zoom meetings with you. Just answer your questions and just refer you to these videos, because I give you everything you need in these videos. So with that said, please subscribe to my channel if you like what you see. Hit the like button if you like it. If you want to get updates on every video that I post, click the bell right next to the subscribe button. And information, all my social media links are in the description below, so go ahead and click those. If you want to subscribe here in a minute, you're going to have a subscribe button here too as well. Whatever you want to do, you can do it. But check out the other videos as well. There's a lot of information. If this is the first one that you watched, trust me, with this information here, you're going to get an edge, and you're going to make money as long as you follow the rules. So with that said, hope you have a great day, and we'll see you next time.
I've been watching you.